Last night's box score didn't just raise eyebrows, it set every alarm in Chicagoland howling. A minus 60-point differential through the first 2 games of the 2025 season planted the Sky at the wrong end of WNBA history, eclipsing a record no franchise ever wants attached to its name, SI. By the closing horn, analysts were scrambling for synonyms for catastrophe, fans were doom-scrolling, and even diehards had to wonder whether a playoff dream could disintegrate before Memorial Day. Numbers that ugly don't whisper, they scream, and their echo stretched far beyond Wintrust Arena, coloring every highlight show in shades of disbelief. Yet, as brutal as the aggregate score looks in black and white, the story of Chicago's collapse reads darker still. Once you watch the footage, hear the locker room quotes, and feel the chemistry crackling at the seams. But before we track each fracture line, let's travel back 48 minutes to the scene of the most lopsided ambush the Sky have endured since the franchise's expansion days, because that's where the real unraveling began, and where the league might have witnessed the birth of a modern cautionary tale. The New York Liberty didn't just beat Chicago on May 22nd, they rewrote the shooting section of the record book. 19 three-pointers rained down like neon confetti, a regular season best that turned the evening into a long-range carnival. ESPN.com, from the opening tip, Sabrina Ionescu's perfect arc daggers and Natasha Cloud's catch-and-shoot lasers pushed the Liberty's scoreboard digits so fast, the United Center Jumbotron felt more Vegas slot machine than basketball tally. Midway through the third quarter, when New York hit triple number 14, even impartial broadcasters fell into nervous laughter, unable to believe defenders could be so consistently 2 steps late. It wasn't just soft close-outs or missed rotations, it was system failure, an entire defense collapsing inward while the perimeter lit up like a runway at O'Hare. For the Sky, the humiliation wasn't confined to the final margin. It was every swish that amplified the chorus of groans, every timeout where coaches huddled around clipboards only to watch the same play torch them again 60 seconds later. And then there was Angel Reese. Hyped for months as the board-crashing, culture-shifting enforcer Chicago desperately needed, she instead delivered the sort of stat line that sends your confidence plummeting through the basement. 0 buckets on 8 attempts, 5 of which clanged from within 5 feet. Renewed questions about her touch around the rim and sparked a YouTube highlight titled Worst Game of Her Career that hit 100,000 views before sunrise. YouTube? But the chilly shooting only told half the horror. Through those same 2 games, Reese coughed up the ball 10 times, most in the league, turning routine entry passes into enemy fast breaks. Even her signature hustle stats came laced with irony. That viral clip of her yanking 5 straight offensive boards was framed by commentators not as gritty determination, but as stat padding, because each rebound ended with another point-blank miss. When optics go sour this quickly, social media sharks smell chum. TikTok spliced Reese's bricks with carnival boings. Twitter, X, floated side-by-sides comparing her percentage to high school JV shooters. For a rookie still finding her pro rhythm, the pile-on could bruise any psyche. But for Chicago, it bruised something bigger: belief. If body language speaks volumes, Kamilla Cardoso's reaction may be the loudest speech of the Sky's season. Normally stoic, the Brazilian rookie spent the Liberty massacre inching away from every huddle where Reese fumbled another layup. Shoulders slumped, eyes locked on the hardwood, like it might offer an escape tunnel. So one third-quarter possession told the story in a single, wide shot. Reese missed from 2 feet, grabbed the board, missed again, while Cardoso shuffled 3 steps down the bench, practically sitting with opposing assistant coaches. Fans freeze-framed the moment, captioned it, "Ispa free Cardoso," and unleashed a torrent of sympathy posts, begging Chicago's front office to get her out before they ruin her. Anyone who's laced up in team sports knows frustration leaks out quickest when defenders can't trust scores to convert, and this was trust hemorrhaging in real time. When a rookie renowned for composure shows visible exasperation on national broadcast, you're not just dealing with cold shooting, you're staring at a chemistry fracture wide enough to swallow a season. Hovering at the eye of this storm is first-year head coach Tyler Marsh. a tactician imported from Becky Hammon's Vegas staff with a championship-studded resume and a reputation for modern spacing. Yet through 2 outings, his offense looked like mid-90s bully ball trapped in rush hour traffic. 5 bodies crammed in the paint, shooters hesitant, wings stationed so close you could swap jerseys without stretching. Post-game, veteran floor General Courtney Sloot didn't sugarcoat the mess. A lot of turnovers are just dumb plays. Offensively, we haven't found our groove. Daily Herald, when a time assist describes possessions as dumb, the coded locker room language is gone. The siren's volume knob cranks to max. Preaches patience in interviews, promising wrinkles that will Cardoso on deep seals and push Reese into short roll reads. But patience and social media rarely coexist. Double-digit deficit adds decibels to the calls for change, and Chicago's next 4 games feature 3 top 5 defenses, and a gauntlet for a team, let alone one still arguing about entry passes. Meanwhile, the internet's wildfire, the hashtag number #FreeCardoso, trended by meme lords looped Reese's bricks under circus soundtracks, and Bleacher Report headlined an article, "The Sky Pretend," a phrase that scorched its onto ESPN radio within hours. Morning shows debated whether a mid-season blockbuster trade, Reese, a veteran shooter and draft capital, salvaged Chicago's lane spacing before the locker room toxins irreversible levels. Some laughed off the suggestion as panic, noted that the new CBA's rookie-scale contracts a first-year salary to move than an aging stars. Either way, the rumor milled fastest when you feed it losses, and right now, the Sky are full-course meals. Shift scenes to Indianapolis, and you'll witness a mirror image of Chicago's turmoil. 3 nights the Fever absorbed a gut 91-90 loss to Atlanta. Caitlin Clark, her crew, for an 81-76 redemption, an understated 11-point, 6-assist, 4-rebound line that belied her impact. Gravity. ESPN.com, every time Clark crossed half court, the Dream's backline shadowed her like a solar eclipse, opening slip lanes for Aliyah Boston and corner flares for Kelsey Mitchell. Revealing than stats was the reaction. Lexi Hull's chest bumps, Sophie Cunningham's full throttle, and Stephanie White's laser timeout diagrams radiated confidence even scoring droughts. On paper, the Fever Chicago's youth, but the rolls click like precision-milled gears. Clark hunts windows, seals, Mitchell detonates catch and shoots, and the second unit floods the with pace. Compare that cohesion to Chicago's cramped paint, and you understand why one franchise tweets process, while the other tweets help. Create habits, and habits breed either trust or Indiana's sets sling defenders side to side until someone cheats. Then Clark fires a skip pass that makes the punishment look effortless. Chicago's sets funnel the rock to Reese on the low block, even when 3 defenders form a teal and white barricade, daring her to muscle. When those possessions die, they don't just waste a shot clock, they oxygen from teammates. Cardoso jogs back on defense feeling overlooked, Vandersloot her head at spacing, and the -60 balloons. For Marsh, the next strategic pivot could define his tenure. Inject more 5-out flow, empower Cardoso as a high-post facilitator, maybe even slide Reese into short dunk spots where rebounding translates without finesse finishes. Because here's the brutal business math. If tweaks don't stick before the All-Star, front office alarm bells will drown out any call for. With stakes sky, trade speculation turns from talk radio fodder to legitimate contingency. The contender gamble on Reese's upside, believing better spacing unlocks her LSU dominance. Could Chicago her for a proven sniper who overnight? Opposing GMs know the optics of offloading a rookie celebrity carry risk, yet they know desperation discounts valuations. The schedule offers no shelter. New York again in 10 days, then Phoenix's, then Vegas's menace. Each looming matchup arrives stamped with the same question. Will trust improve before the differential deepens? All of which brings us to the truth in sports. Talent, but chemistry kills, or the Liberty's barrage exposed the Sky's cracks, but the camera's lingering shot of Cardoso inching away from her own revealed the fissure at its deepest point: belief in one another. Chicago can survive missed threes, streaks, even rookie jitters. What it can't survive, players physically and emotionally retreating when adversity hits. Fix that, and the shots may falling. Fail, and the negative 30 outing could snowball into an exit interview before 4th of July fireworks. So, Sky Nation, the digital microphone swings to you. Ride the growing pains, or press the red trade button now. Should Reese get 20 more games to find her touch, or does the front office owe Cardoso, and frankly, every frustrated veteran, a floor spacer today? Drop your take below, smash that subscribe button, and hit the bell so the algorithm knows you're part of the conversation. Because the next chapter of this saga is coming fast, and whether it's a dramatic turnaround or a blockbuster reshuffle, it's bound to be must-see drama. After all, in basketball and in life, chemistry decides everything, and right now, it's the one stat Chicago can't afford to keep losing.